It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Roxanne Stone, and I'm here to make sure these boys don't accidentally burn the building down.
I'm Alyssa Montgomery.
I'm Leonard Cooper.
And I'm Vector Kane. We have a great show for you today.
Yesterday, we covered OpenAI dominance in the U.S. House, EU AI Act enforcement, and AI geopolitics. And James Cameron joined Stability AI.
It's a fascinating transition. We're seeing the industry move from the algorithm wars into what I'd call a physical arms race, where the winner isn't who has the best prompt, but who has the most power and silicon.
Right. It's all about velocity now. You can't iterate at the speed of light if you're waiting on a chip delivery from 6 months ago, which is why the news about Anthropic is so...
Wait. Before we get into the chips, let's talk about the money. $10 billion? Who is actually writing that check?
Actually, it's a strategic partnership with Volta Infra Holdings. Anthropic is committing $10 billion over 6 years to build out this massive infrastructure. And the centerpiece is this 133-megawatt data center in Tidal, Norway.
Norway. Because nothing says cutting-edge AI like a freezing fjord and a lot of hydropower.
Well, the hydropower is the point. It's 100% renewable. They're stocking it with NVIDIA's latest Vera Rubin rack systems, the NVL72s. It's basically an AI factory designed for the Claude models.
See, that's the play. They're not just renting cloud space anymore. They're vertically integrating the energy, the cooling, and the compute. It's a total optimization of the stack.
But the real kicker is that Anthropic is finally admitting they're building their own chips. They've got a secret silicon team now, right?
They did confirm it today. They're recruiting senior engineers with salaries up to $485,000. The goal is software-hardware co-design, basically making the chip and the model talk the same language to increase efficiency.
Oh, look at them, trying to play catch-up with OpenAI's jalapeno chip. It's like watching two toddlers fight over the same shiny toy, except the toy costs billions of dollars and could potentially automate my job. But that's the beauty of it. When the hardware is optimized for the specific weights of the model, the latency drops. We're talking about a world where Claude doesn't just think, it just knows.
I don't know, man. Every time someone says optimization, it usually means they're about to raise the subscription price by $10.
Exactly. It's just a fancy way of saying we're spending more so we can charge you more. But speaking of high-priced hires, Anthropic isn't just buying chips. They're buying political cover.
Oh, you mean the judge? I saw that. They hired a former Supreme Court justice. That's a hell of a move.
Tino Cuellar, former California Supreme Court Justice, Obama aide, the whole 9 yards. He's their first Chief Global Affairs Officer. And let's be real, he's not there to discuss the ethics of AI poetry.
If I may, it's a very calculated move. Anthropic is currently fighting a Pentagon blacklisting and an export ban on Mythos 5 and Fable 5. They need a consensus builder who knows how to talk to the current administration.
It's basically a strategic pivot. They're evolving from a research lab into a geopolitical entity. They need someone who can navigate the national security jargon to get their models back into the market.
Oh, it's a State Department in a corporate office. I love it. They're just treating the U.S. government like a bug they need to patch in the next update.
I mean, look, if I were running a company that could potentially crash the global economy, I'd want a judge on the payroll too. It's just basic business.
It's more about the governance gap we talked about last week. When the models start escaping sandboxes and publishing malware, the government doesn't want a researcher. They want someone who understands the law.
And someone who can make the disappearing of a few regulatory hurdles look like a polite request.
All right, let's pivot to the money side of things. I'm seeing some weird stuff in the telecom sector. SpaceX is basically trying to eat the world's wireless carriers.
It's inevitable. SpaceX just reported $7.8 billion in Q2 revenue. They're moving into the U.S. wireless market directly. Why pay a carrier when you can just beam the internet from a satellite constellation?
Right? AT&T and Verizon are probably shaking in their boots. It's the same thing as the early days of radio. Some new guy comes along with a bigger tower, and suddenly the old guard is obsolete.
It's a capital-intensive race, though. The infrastructure for satellite to cell is incredibly difficult. But the convergence of AI and satellite data is where the real value is.
Exactly. It's about the data signal. If you control the pipe and the AI that processes the data, you own the entire experience.
Speaking of owning the experience, did you guys see the healthcare news? Hyro and ServiceNow are launching healthcare operations.
Oh, great! Now I can get a medical diagnosis from a chatbot that's probably hallucinating my blood type. Just what the world needs.
Actually, it's more about the administrative side. They're moving toward autonomous action, meaning the AI doesn't just tell you that you have an appointment, it coordinates the clinical and IT workflows without a human in the loop.
So basically, the receptionist is now a script. I remember when you could actually talk to a person who hated their job. Now you just talk to a bot that's programmed to pretend it likes you.
But it's more efficient. No more waiting on hold for 40 minutes. The AI just resolves the case. It's an orchestration of the experience.
Orchestration. Vector, you and your buzzwords. It's just a fancy word for we fired the staff.
Hey, before we move on, a quick note from our sponsor. This show isn't magic. It's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute. To keep us online, please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/Neural Network Media today. Your support makes this possible.
Okay, let's get into the consumer side. This is the big one for the average person. Google is finally killing the Google Assistant.
Finally! I've been trying to get that thing to understand my accent for 5 years.
September 4th is the deadline. Gemini becomes the only interface. And this is the cool part. Gemini is moving to System 2 thinking.
For those who don't know, System 2 is a cognitive architecture that allows the AI to pause and reason through a task instead of just predicting the next token. It's a leap from reactive to agentic.
So it can actually think?
Sort of. It can handle multi-step tasks, like booking a complex trip with 3 different hotels and a rental car without getting confused.
Yeah, but can it set a 7-minute egg timer? Because I heard it still struggles with the basic device controls. Imagine having a digital intern that can write a corporate strategy, but can't turn off your bedroom lights.
That's the most AI thing I've ever heard. High-level genius. Zero common sense.
It's a paradox of control. We're pushing for these complex reasoning capabilities, but the last mile of hardware integration is always the messiest part.
Which brings us to vibe coding. This is the new trend. People are basically just describing the vibe of the app they want, and the AI generates the code. No more manual syntax.
That's where I have to step in. As someone who actually cares about the kernel, vibe coding is a nightmare. You're essentially creating a black box of technical debt. If the vibe is wrong, you have no idea where the bug is because you didn't write the logic.
Now, come on, Alyssa. Not everyone wants to spend their weekends staring at a Linux terminal. Some of us just want the app to work.
It works until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you've got a security vulnerability that no one knows how to patch because the original vibe was neon futuristic minimalism.
I love it. It's like the Wild West of coding. Just throw some words at the wall and see what sticks.
It's about the velocity of iteration. Why spend 10 hours on a bug when you can just vibe a new version in 10 seconds?
Because the 10-second version might accidentally delete your database. But let's get to the main event, the Musk empire. This is where things get actually scary.
I've been waiting for this. Tesla is officially not a car company anymore. I mean, they're still selling cars, but the soul of the company has moved.
It's a total convergence. Tesla, SpaceX, XI, they're all just different departments of one giant physical AI powerhouse. The SpaceX IPO in June was the catalyst. Their first public earnings report showed a 247% growth in their AI business.
And meanwhile, the Fremont plant is basically a giant robot nursery now.
Exactly. They've completely gutted the Model S and Model X lines. That floor space is now entirely dedicated to the Optimus V3.
The scale of this pivot is unprecedented. $25 billion in capital expenditure for the year, specifically for AI and robotics. Even though their car margins are slipping, down to 16%, Musk is betting the entire company on the robot.
And he's right, too. Optimus V3 is 5'8", weighs 125 pounds, and it's running on the AI5 inference chip. He's targeting 1 million units per year.
Huh, 1 million robots. Great. I can't wait for the day my toaster and my vacuum cleaner decide to unionize and take over the kitchen.
I'm just wondering if they can be programmed to do my laundry. Because Crystal keeps telling me my chakras are blocked, but I think it's actually just the pile of socks in the corner.
The technical challenge here is the embodiment problem. It's one thing to have a model that can pass the bar exam. It's another to have a robot that can navigate a cluttered factory floor without knocking over a pallet of batteries.
But that's why the AI5 chip is key. It's designed for real-time spatial reasoning. It's not just predicting the next word. It's predicting the next physical movement in a three-dimensional space.
I'm still not sold on the car company thing. If I buy a Tesla, I'm buying a car. I don't care if the factory is making robots in the next room.
That's the legacy thinking, Leonard. You're thinking in terms of products. Musk is thinking in terms of intelligence per square foot. The car is just a robot with 4 wheels.
Oh, please. A car is a status symbol for people who like to pretend they're saving the planet while idling in traffic. A robot is just a very expensive appliance.
I disagree. If Tesla actually hits that 1 million unit target, they've effectively solved the labor shortage for low-skill industrial work. That's not an appliance. That's a fundamental shift in global economics.
Which sounds great, until the robots decide that the most efficient way to run a factory is to get rid of the humans.
Finally, some honest efficiency. I'll be the one directing the robots to clean up after Vector's meal replacement shakes.
Hey, chewing is a low-value legacy process. I'm optimizing my biomarkers.
You're optimizing yourself into a cardboard cutout, kid.
At the end of the day, whether it's Anthropic's chips in Norway or Tesla's robots in Fremont, we're seeing the same thing. The intelligence is finally getting a body. And once the AI can physically move things in the real world, the sandbox doesn't matter anymore.
Which is exactly why I'm keeping my husband Barney on a very strict chore chart. If the robots take over, I need to make sure he's already trained to follow simple instructions.
Brutal.
That's all for today's Neural Daily. We saw Tesla trade in the Model S for 1 million humanoid robots. The physical AI era is officially here.
Bye.
Later.
Peace out.
Now go.